It's time for the Fantasy Gymnastics Update. Today is February 8th, and we're recording a little bit late because we were at camp this week. Check out that episode. We're going to tell you who's a steal, who's on a bye, who's injured, who are your biggest risks. Welcome to the #1 gymnastics podcast in the galaxy. I'm Jessica, and I'm here with Spencer from the Balance Beam Situation, and Spencer's website, thebalancebeamsituation.com, has all the things you need, all the schedules, the links to everything, the hilarious gifts every week. It is an indispensable source of humor and information for me personally. So I appreciate it very, very much. All right, let's start with the bargains. If you want to play along in our beta fantasy system where you get a budget of GymCastic dollars, you can go to gymcastic.com/fantasy. It's free to play. Roster bargains after week 5. These are the people that got 9-9 or above. So basically, we're giving away 9-9s. Here's how to get them.
So I want to talk about Hannah Scheibel of Oklahoma on vault because she is an athlete who is making Oklahoma's vault lineup hard to do. So they believe in her. It's kind of been hit and miss so far this season. So maybe a risk there, but she has a high score of 995. So it's a potentially big get of a first year in Oklahoma's lineup.
Yes. I want to talk about Emma Spence, the Canadian, Nebraska. She's competed 3 of 5 meets, missed once, and hit the other 2 times with a 995 and 985. So remember, we're talking about vault.
We have Addie Wall of Georgia, who's competed the all-around every single meet, has been super important for Georgia as they've been dealing with injuries early in the season, and there's safety there in that vault. You feel like you know she's going to go, which is super important when you don't know whether some other people are going to go.
Olivia Buckner at Oregon State, you can get her for 2,000 GymCastic bucks, has vaulted in every single meet, has a wild variety of scores, but the highest is a 995, you guys, and that's what we're going to focus on.
And Lauren Rutherford, a transfer at Clemson, has emerged on vault this season, competed vault in every meet with nothing below a 9825 and a high of 9925.
Let's discuss bars. First of all, Mia Henbeck from Denver, 2,000 GymCastic bucks, has competed bars and only bars in every meet this season. We stan a specialist, Spencer, or me specifically. Nothing below a 9825 and a high of 9975 in the altitude of Denver, you guys.
Also, watch out for Jordan Leiden of Minnesota on bars. She's also competed bars every week. She has a season high now of 9975, which is also tied for the Minnesota record, a team that has had people like Lexi Ramler and Ivy Liu on it. So it's legit if you're able to tie the Minnesota bars record.
Abigail Martin from Arizona on bars every single meet and a wide variety of scores, but does have a 9975.
Also, more to watch out for that Denver lineup, because 4 of the 6 people got 10s the last time they competed in that lineup. Kylie Rorich also competed bars every single meet and has a high of a 9975. Riley Mendel, same thing. A bit pricier in GymCastic dollars because we knew this one was going to happen and she's not coming back from injury or anything. But, you get what you pay for, and there's value there. All but one of her bars routines this year have been above 99.
Yeah, it's Riley Mundell, you guys. Beam. Ellie Lazari, the standout stalwart for Florida, competed in every meet, has scored above a 9-9 in all but one routine. It's Ellie Lazari, you guys. Obviously, you should have her on your team.
And keep an eye on Grace Ann Davis of Missouri on beam. We've been wondering this season who's stepping up to get those big scores for Missouri on beam. Now that they lost a couple important routines, Grace Ann Davis has 2 scores above 9-9 on beam so far this season.
Jada Mangahas, Arizona State, you know that name. Talk about her a lot. Not as consistent as some others, but has hit a 9925, and you can get her for only 1,000 GymCastic bucks.
And Serena Linton, who, remember, she transferred from Arizona to Arkansas. Best event is beam, has competed in all 4 meets Arkansas has had so far, and with 2 scores above 9-9.
She's going into the WWE, you guys. She's a performer. That's what you need to know. JC Vore of Michigan, only 2,000, up on beam in all 5 meets with a high of 9925. If Michigan trusts her, so should you.
Moving on to floor, Gabby McLaughlin of Auburn. We know her on beam. She's had amazing scores on beam for many years now, but don't think that means she's only a beam specialist, because she's averaging a 9-9 on floor as well.
Courtney Blackson, Boise State, one of my favorite standout of Boise State. On floor in all 4 meets, has 2 above 9.9 and a high of 9.95.
Delaney Harkness of Michigan State, another one we tend to associate her most with bars, but she's having great floor scores this season, has scored as high as 9.95, and we all remember her from that very first time she competed elite as a little junior, and Jessica heard her name announced on the PA system and thought they were announcing her as the Lady Harkness. But no, it's Delaney Harkness. She should be the Lady Harkness, 9.95 on floor.
Also, I love her name because it sounds like she should be like a fantasy author and have her own tour. And like, yeah. Caitlin Rosen, UCLA, you guys, one of the Twin City Twisters who has dreamed of having UCLA floor routines, and you've dreamed of having one in your lineup in fantasy all these years. So now you can get her for just 3,000 GymCastic bucks. The problem is you need to guess who's making the start list because Caitlin's been in the lineup in the last 2 meets in a row, though. So, I mean, if she competes, it's going to be good. And she's a performer.
Not an easy lineup to make. Keep an eye out on Amani Herring of Penn State, who is having herself a season, kind of under the radar, but she's been so good. On floor, she's been in the lineup every week, and her scores have been going up each time, and she got a 9.95 this past weekend.
So a little news about the league. So week 5 winner, oh my God, it was Tabby Douglas, but then the scores were updated and Tabby Douglas was unseated by walking into the uneven bar. Just so good. So scores got updated later. In week 1, no team cracked a 197. In week 2, everyone in the top 50 cracked 197. People are getting the hang of this now. And 3 teams broke 198. Same with week 3. Nobody broke 198 in week 4. In week 5, everyone in the top 50 broke 198. And our winner posted a monster 198.625.
Whoa.
Do you have any favorites from the names of teams that are in the top 50 this week?
That's more your department. But week 5 lineups, keep in mind, next week's lineups, week 6 lineups, are scheduled to lock Friday at noon, and your previous lineups will carry over if you don't want to or don't remember to update them.
Like I did last week. Popcorn Eaters is my favorite name. Oh, and the Stick is back. That's also an excellent one. And Allie Raisman's dog. Oh, Sparkles and Splits. The Flip and Beam Witch. Oh, you guys. I love you guys so much. Okay. The price of a 10. So this is how much it would have cost to get a 10 on your roster last week. So, Spencer, go.
Yeah, mostly it takes quite a few GymCastic bucks to get a 10 on your roster, like a Haley Bryant floor, like a Miley O'Keefe beam. Those are the top values, $62.50 it costs for those routines. Raina Worley's floor, Gabby Wilson's floor at $5,000. But you have, the emerging vault, the breakout vault, 210 so far from Sage Kellerman at Michigan State, which is 3,000 GymCastic bucks. So not surprised that that's one of the most popular rostered routines.
Sage Kellerman. Okay, so some league stats so you know what other people are doing so you can copy them, just like all good, what do we call it now? Code hackers. We don't say code whoring anymore. We say code hacking. All of them do. So Mackenzie Wilson, which is a great vault for Kentucky, 21%. So she's the 7th most rostered. So you guys have been sleeping on Mackenzie Wilson. Get on
Not
that.
anymore.
Raina Worley, Kentucky. 24%, 5th most rostered. Kentucky has 2 of the most rostered gymnasts in the league, both in the top 10. Because Kentucky, they're always right there. And this year, they're kicking ass. Ella Hodges, we've talked about her for years at Ohio State for floor, 19%, 10th most rostered. And MJ freaking Frazier, you guys, at Cal, vault, bars, beam, and floor, because that's the Olympic order. Is the 25 most rostered. MJ's the only
She's in
gymnast.
The top 25.
Oh, top 25 in the top
on every
20...
event.
Oh my God, you should read this part because I'm going to mess it up.
Yeah, we got there. MJ's in the top 25 on every event in terms of people who have her routines in their lineups. She's the only one who's in the top 25 on all 4 events.
Of all of them, because MJ Frazier's like really good at gymnastics. You guys, I don't know if you've watched her do all the things, and her rings. One more note we have from Fact Checker who desperately wants you to read this.
If you were to predict the top players that were selected before the league started, would you have guessed the top 10 most rostered athletes didn't include anyone from Florida, or that Ohio State has as many as Oklahoma, and that Kentucky has 2 equaling LSU?
No, I would not.
I mean, I would have, because I set the prices and I knew what they were. And it's like really expensive for Florida and Oklahoma gymnasts because they're popular. People know about them, and you got to dig, you got to search.
Yes. Buys this week and injuries. Okay, so George Washington's on a bye.
George Washington's on a bye. Couple teams have 2 meets: Alaska, Northern Illinois, SEMO, Southern Connecticut. Keep an eye on that.
Adeline Kenlin confirmed her ACL and had surgery yesterday. Our prayers are with you. And don't forget, I have constructed an entirely one-leg routine for you, Adeline Kenlin. So we have a club, which is how this show gets supported. It's how we went to National Team Camp this week, and it's how we'll be going to Winter Cup later this month to report on the return of Gabby Douglas and perhaps others who may be Olympic-y people this coming end of February in Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky. That's where we're going. It's hard to keep up with where we're going. So we will see you on Friday for College and Cocktails, where we pick a meet to watch and we discuss it as a family with cocktails and mocktails. And this week it's 6-ish p.m.
6 p.m. Pacific time. Yeah.
And so we will see you, for our club members. Log in live, watch with us, discuss with us. It's super fun. It's our favorite part of the week. So we'll see you guys tomorrow for College and Cocktails. Thanks for listening.